Hallo, ich komme aus Genf. Ja, das ist in der Schweiz. The organizers told me you can speak any language you want. You can speak French, you can speak English, maybe not German. I mean, after Alain Berset, I guess my German would not sound so great. It would sound a little bit like Guy Parmelin trying to speak English. So, to honor the cosmopolitan spirit of this forum, I'm going to speak English with a French accent and show some cartoons in German, maybe. Switzerland. It's funny, Switzerland and the languages, right? It's complicated. When you are a foreigner and want to become a Swiss citizen, it gets very complicated. You need to make some effort to integrate. Like this guy, hat Hochdeutsch gelernt. Ja. Switzerland. So, we are marking the 25th anniversary of this conference. Happy birthday, Corinne and the team. Congratulations. 25 years, wow. If you were to tell a 25-year-old that 25 years ago the iPhone did not exist, I mean, he would be looking at you and thinking, how did we even survive in this world without smartphones? How did we do it? I mean, these things have become so vital to us. We go to bed with them, we wake up with them. And it's not going to get any better, you know? Apple just introduced their VR headset. Come on, do we need another device? I mean, after the laptop, after the iPhone, after the connected watch, do we want another device? You know what this reminds me of? 2010, when Steve Jobs introduced the iPad. He told us it would help us simplify a lot of things we never had to do before. Hey, 25 years ago, Google was launched. That's another groundbreaking invention impacting everyday life. Google. Speaking of religion, in the course of those 25 years, we saw 3 different Catholic popes. That means twice we were lucky enough to witness that amazing moment, the election of a pope on St. Peter's Square, the little white smoke, and then the official announcement. Silly. You know, these kind of things happen only once in a lifetime, usually. It's like a succession at Buckingham Palace. You don't see that often, once in a century. You know, Queen Elizabeth II, she buried a lot of cartoonists. She reigned for 70 years before finally passing on the crown to the young generation. The eternal institution of monarchy. Do we have that in Switzerland? Do we have these kind of timeless institutions, you know? These things, you know, will be there forever. You know, you can count on them. Do we have that? I know. Swissair and Credit Suisse. Who would have thought 25 years ago that they would be gone? Blue chips. You know, there's not many things such as a blue chip as we know since the 2008 financial crisis. Remember that, the 2008 financial crisis? That's how a portfolio looked like. Back to Credit Suisse. As we speak, the Swiss parliament is launching an investigation, right? Die Parlamentarische Untersuchungskommission, die PUC. Okay, they're going to look into that banking debacle. What are they going to find? This guy on the left is wondering. That's a former manager. In recent years, we have seen so many once strong institutions fall down in pieces. Think about American democracy. I mean, no. Is that possible? I mean, is Trump going to run again? Is the next US presidential election going to look like this? Oh my. We can't do that. I mean, imagine Trump again holding summit meetings with Kim Jong-un. Please. You know, the Kim dynasty, they are really my favorites. They are straight out of Cartoon Network, the whole family. Their haircut, even just the haircut, seems like the result of a nuclear experiment. And the father, Kim Jong-il, remember him? When he died, that was a dangerous moment, I can tell you. We are going through scary, dangerous times with Putin's war on Ukraine. You see him sitting at his long table. Remember the long table now? We understand why they gave him such a long table. You know, the freedom to smile and laugh, that's one of the definitions of democracy. If you want to look at the state of any given democracy, look at how its cartoonists are doing. Take, for example, Turkey with Erdogan. When he was re-elected a few days ago, I couldn't help but think of my friend Musakart. See this blank space in front of the opposition newspaper Cumhuriyet. This is where Musakart's cartoon used to appear. In 2018, for weeks, this space was left blank. Musakart was sentenced to 3 years in jail. He actually spent 1 year in prison. For doing what? For doing cartoons in Erdogan's Turkey. And look at this image. It seems so innocent, yet it is so subversive. When he posted this image in 2012, Hani Abbas knew it would change his life. He was in Damascus. So he posted it, and soon the police was after him. He had to flee the country. He's now safe in Switzerland, where he got asylum. He lives in Geneva with his family. But a very good friend of his, Akran Raslan, didn't make it out of the country, and he died under torture in Assad's jail. It is to salute the courage of cartoonists like this that we created the Freedom Cartoonist Foundation in Geneva. It awards, since 2012, an international prize named the Kofi Annan Courage in Cartooning Award. That's a tribute to the man who was the inspiration and the honorary president of that foundation. So both Musakart and Hani Abbas were past laureates of the award. And in 2022, last year, the winners from Hungary and Ukraine received their prize from the hands of the two Nobel Peace Prize, Dmitry Muratov and Maria Ressa. That's a beautiful image, reminding us that freedom of the press and freedom of satire go hand in hand. And you know, even in functioning democracies, the freedom to smile and laugh is being challenged. In this era of social media mobs, it's becoming tricky, you know, to draw or to say your mind, especially on Twitter with the moralistic mobs. And it's not getting better with Elon Musk. It's not getting much better. So what is the future of political cartoons in this day and age? You can wonder. In 2019, the New York Times decided to end all political cartoons, and they put an end to my almost 20 years of collaboration. This cartoon, which was not by me, was the cause of the outrage. It was by Portuguese cartoonist Antonio and was actually a reprint from a Lisbon newspaper. It was denounced as anti-Semitic. It caused fury on Twitter. It was retweeted by Trump's sons and by Netanyahu's son. It caused demonstrations in front of the newspaper. The New York Times apologized and apologized again, and then they decided that the best way to deal with political cartoons is to not have any at all. So they invented preventive self-censorship. What is interesting, what is ironic, is that right-wing media like Fox News played a big role in the controversy, the same media that denounced cancel culture when it comes from the woke left. Just a reminder that freedom of expression has no political parties. It's a core value that we all need to defend. Anyway, it's, this age of social media is really messy. And you know who described very well our human condition in the age of the internet? Shakespeare, 400 years ago. Shakespeare sounds still very modern, even though the world has changed a bit. So many things have happened over the last 25 years, and so many things will happen in the next 25 months. I mean, with artificial intelligence, everything is accelerating, going so fast. We're all wondering, is ChatGPT going to take away our jobs? And you know what? When AI experts publish statements, just like they did last week, saying AI could lead to the extinction of the human race, and when they compare it to nuclear weapons, should we not pause? Should we not do this? You know, take the plug out? Or is it too late already? Make it happen is the title of this conference. In the face of AI, may I suggest maybe we think first for a while, and then maybe we make it happen. Thank you.
Patrick Chappatte, merci beaucoup. Just one quick question. We all think the same thing. When we see your cartoons, where does he get his ideas from? And how does he work? Is this a painful process to get to these ideas, to get to these jokes, to get to these kind of double meanings? Or are you just gifted? Are you just fortunate enough that this flies to you like a Twitter bird?
So I understand your question, and the answer is yes, it's a job.
Inspiration is tough work, right?
It's a job, so you have to sit down for hours, and sometimes after 1 hour of deep reflection, there's nothing, there's a blank page, but then after 2 hours or a bit more sometimes, there's always something, and it's actually a process. Someone said, you know, if inspiration strikes you, it better finds you at your working desk. So that's
Drawing, yeah.
drawing desk in my case. So that's what works for me. Inspiration is work.
And just finally, it's work, and it's an important work. And you do a lot of work also to as we saw, to promote freedom of speech, for example. We live in turbulent times. We live in times of bubbles. We live in times of outrage often. How do you keep your humor in all that?
Well, actually, I'm doing an easy job in the way that humor is what helps us. I mean, it's not refunded by the insurance, but actually, I'm doing myself a lot of good by doing this job and trying to digest the atrocities of the world. And I hope I'm doing this to the readers as well, just helping them cope and make sense.
Absolutely. You do ourselves a lot of good, and thank you for that. Thank you for your job. Thank you, Patrick Chappatte. Merci beaucoup.
Dankeschön.
Thank you.